What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm checking out a 2017 Honda CBR1000RR. Huge thanks to FNN Speed for providing their bike for me today. They have a YouTube channel and an Instagram. I will link those down in the description below. This one is finished off in Victory Red with some black accents. It had an original MSRP right around $15,000. Also, don't forget, for the month of February, we are doing a GoPro giveaway. More details will be later in this video. This bike is powered by a 998cc liquid-cooled inline 4-cylinder 4-stroke. It's only paired to a 6-speed. First gear is all the way down. Neutral is halfway between first and second, and then you go up 5 all the way to 6th gear. This engine produces 189 horsepower at 13,000 RPM and 85.5 pound-feet of torque at 11,000 RPM. It is chain-driven to the rear wheels. The dry weight is around 430 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds depending on the rider's skill level, and 0 to 124 in about 7 seconds. And with a fuel capacity of 4.2 gallons, you can expect to see anywhere between 35 and 40 miles per gallon. The overall wheelbase measures 55.3 inches. It has a length of 81.7. The width is 28.3. It has a seat height of 32.3 inches, and ground clearance measures in at 5.1 inches. Starting up front, this has LED headlights. You'll notice both of them are lit up when the bike is on and running, and then just one side will light up for the high beams. On each side of that, there are very nice cutouts to provide maximum cooling to the engine. And then right in the center, we have the Honda badge along with a black and white stripe, giving it a really cool look against the red. As we make our way to the side mirrors, you'll see the integrated turn signal. Very nice feature to see that. You don't have to worry about having any of the lights down on the lower fairing, which is nice to see. Right in the center, of course, we have the fender for the wheel. And then this does have a 43mm telescopic fork with about 4.7 inches of travel. It also has two 320mm discs with hydraulic calipers. And then you can see the forks also have a nice gold finish on the top side. Moving to the side, this has a really nice set of 17-inch wheels. They're finished off in black with a multi-spoke pattern to them. Just on the front fairing here, you'll see the CBR1000RR logo, along with Honda spelled out in the lower section. The black and white stripe continues both down below and on the side here all the way to the gas cap. Has a really nice flowing design from the front stripe, as you just saw. This bike has a single exit side exhaust. It does have an upgraded M4 aftermarket exhaust, which you'll hear soon. Overall, the side profile has a really clean looking design to it. There's nice lines that run down below, and then even a great contour in the gas tank. It flows nicely to the seat and then to the rear seat as well. And finishing up in the rear, this has an LED brake light. This bike does have an aftermarket fender eliminator kit. You'll see the turn signals are nicely placed on each side of the license plate. This has a unit ProLink single shock with about 5.2 inches of travel and a single 220mm disc with hydraulic caliper as well. You'll also see the rear pegs here for the rear passenger nicely placed on each side. So that's going to wrap it up for the exterior walk around on the 2017 CBR1000RR. Now it's time to hop onto the bike and go over the screen setup here, because there is a digital screen, as you can see right there. In order to control that screen, you'll see all these controls on the left side here. You have your headlights and high beams along with a selection and mode. The horn is just underneath that, along with your turn signal indicator. The hazards are up top, along with a lap timer, being able to start that. Of course, you have the clutch as well. And then over on the left side, we have the engine kill and start switch, along with the front brake. If I click this down once and then go ahead and hold it, we can start it up. So looking at this digital screen, you can see the tach running across the top. On the bottom left, that is your different driving modes. So you'll see P for power, T for traction, and EB is the electronic braking. There are 9 different settings within each one. So you can use those buttons on the steering wheel to go through those, and you can see right now I'm changing the different modes as well. There are preset buttons and different user settings that you can create, so you can just automatically go into the setting that you're looking for and easily get everything dialed in. And then to go into the main screen for this, all you have to do is hold the bottom select button and mode at the same time, and it will bring you into this menu here. So we can go into function, and you can configure your quick shifter and different suspension settings and everything like that. If we go back now, we can go down to the lap timer, so you can use that button on the left side of the handlebar to start and stop the lap timer. We can go down to the general display, and you can look at your shift indicator along with your brightness, your background. There are a lot of things that you can go through. You have your general settings, so your date, time, and things like that. along with your service. You have a sports kit, and then we can exit out of that. So it's really nice how that's all integrated into this screen. With the handlebars turned all the way to the left, you can lock out the handlebars, which is this position right here, just by pushing on the key and turning it. That is just your normal position to be able to move the handlebars, and then obviously turning it to the accessories here allows you to turn on the bike. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the gas tank. All you have to do is insert the key and turn it to the right, and you can easily access that. You'll see the nice contoured lines running throughout the gas tank again. And then of course here is the driver's seat, and then there is a little bit of storage space up underneath the passenger seat. You just insert the key to the front section here, and then you can stow like a wallet or your insurance or something like that. Alright, so now it's time to get the 1000RR out on the road now. If you guys aren't familiar with the channel, I have a 2007 CBR1000RR, so I have the baby brother to this one. First time actually driving a 1000RR from Honda. I've driven some other 1000 bikes along with some 1200s, but never the CBR, so this is going to be pretty awesome. Already, I love having that digital screen right in the center. It offers a lot more than my bike, that's for sure, being 10 years newer. Right off the bat, the seating position feels very, very similar to my bike. And we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit of gas here. So it looks like right now I have power at 1, traction is at 2, and the electronic braking is at 3. I'd like to change those because the lower number, so all 1s right now, means that there's basically nothing. The traction is very limited. The electronic braking isn't really going to do much, but since this is not my bike, let's go to mode 3. We have 5, 8, and 1. We're going to go ahead and give it a good acceleration here, see how this compares to my bike. There is a wheelie control mode on this as well, but let's go ahead from first gear. Woo! Wow, I can definitely feel a difference from my bike. I didn't get the front tire off the ground or anything. Wow, even from 6th gear you can feel the bike pull. On my 600, it takes a good bit in 6th gear for it to pull. But that is pretty powerful. But I'm going to go ahead and change the modes again to mode 2, so it's going to tone it down just a little bit more. Wow. I just also noticed too that you have the gear selection there, so you can see what gear you're in. I really like seeing that on bikes. It just helps you, especially if you're on a back mountain road or something, or the track and you're doing a lot of shifting. It definitely helps to see what gear you're in. But as far as the riding position goes, it feels very similar to my 600. I don't feel like I'm too hunkered down. I'm definitely in a good spot, and my knees aren't really that bent, or I should say too much. It's definitely a good, comfortable riding position. My hands are nice and straight here, and then the handlebars don't feel like they're too low either. So as far as riding this or commuting on it, it's really in a good spot. I'm carrying my backpack full of camera gear right now, and I'm not like hunched over with it or anything. It actually feels pretty good. And then the side mirrors are in a good spot as well. Obviously those are adjustable, but so far, wow, this is such a fun bike to drive, or to ride I should say. Oh, I could definitely see going up to a 1000 at some point. As far as going through all of these modes while you're riding, it's really not all that hard to do. I've put a couple miles on the bike so far, and I can easily go down, click on this mode button here, and go through whatever setting I need to. So that's definitely helpful and very user-friendly. I probably wouldn't use it a lot while out riding, but it's nice to know that you can go through everything if you had to, instead of coming to a stop. But let's go ahead. Traction is all the way to 9, power's at 1, and the braking is at 2. Let's go ahead and accelerate from 2nd gear here. Woo! Wow! That definitely made me slide back on the seat a little bit. If you're not hanging on, this bike will take off on you. From 6th gear here. There's Brian checking out a Trackhawk right now. You guys definitely check out that video. Brian is driving a 1000 horsepower Trackhawk, so that's going to be an awesome review to see. But so far, such a fun bike. I really haven't noticed the weight difference between this and my 600. If I was out on some back mountain roads, I'd be able to test it a little bit better.
but to me it feels like it's the exact same. I could easily kind of hunker down here and go around some turns. As far as just cruising right now, we're in 6th gear. We're going about 4,000 RPM. It's not really all that loud, even though there's an aftermarket exhaust on this bike and it is on the side. Generally, from personal experience having a side exit exhaust, it can kind of have a little bit of a drone to it. But on this bike, it's really manageable. It's comfortable. So a huge shout out to FNN Speed. Definitely check out their YouTube and Instagram. Those will be down in the description below. I think that's going to wrap it up for my walk around review and test ride on a 2017 Honda CBR1000RR. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, we are doing a GoPro giveaway for the month of February. So all you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel and comment on videos, and you can win a GoPro. But that's going to wrap it up for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.